The Animal Legal Defense Fund. Welcome everyone and salutations to today's new video project. This is derived from the inspiration within my consciousness and from my deeper passion of what I stand against: the inequality, abuse, cruelty, abandonment of all animals. And all animals to me are the sacred life that, especially nature and of plants, everything that embodies true innocence, especially dogs and of all animals, are truly sacred to me. These are living, breathing organisms of beings that exist on this planet that need guidance, that need those of us that are responsible minded, who are intellectual minded, those of us who actually have a heart and consciousness integrated within our morality and principles, to helping to share affection and love and embrace and accept all animals of life and all life of not only just human beings, but all life equally. And obviously animals don't see color. Obviously animals are not prejudiced. They don't discriminate. They are not racial. They don't care about what color skin you are. They don't care of who you are, as long as you show them the proper right love, attention, affection, and to embrace them and accept dogs, cats, whatever kind of pets that you have, or whatever that you have a particular soft heart for. As far as myself, I embrace and I love all animals equally, and it doesn't matter to me. Honestly, to me personally, I love all animals and all life. And I do my part as a human being, as a starseed every day of my life, to raising awareness, to fundamentally put my voice out into the mainstream, into the airwaves, so I could inspire others to awaken their minds. And a lot of the things and the social injustices, societal issues that I address personally are things that I speak of for a particular reason. I want to instill that into your minds and your consciousness enough to inspire you, to influence you. And it has nothing to do with, the views or what have you, It's all about truly manifesting to change the world. For those of you who personally know me in real life, you know how passionate I am. And that passion burns like fire. And I'm restraining myself so much in this video, I had to redo this video once or twice over again, because as much as I want to yell and scream and destroy things, I'm keeping myself calm. Everyone has a particular passion, racism, just whatever, I'm not going to break down the entire list of societal issues, but everyone has their own particular passion that they're against. And for me, it is for nature and of animals, and especially people who litter the environment. I suppose if you think about it in retrospect, I don't have a particular favorite of my particular passions. I have a passion for every societal issues, and as much as possible I try to correct every single one of them, but that's virtually impossible. There's not enough time in a day to try to chase the cake enough. You know what I mean? So, in my contribution to this particular organization, the Animal Legal Defense Fund, I donated quite a bit of money to them, and they had sent me this pamphlet in a flyer in the mail as a special thank you. And not only that, but I have joined so many different... I've known about Joaquin Phoenix. Now, if you don't know Joaquin Phoenix, you're living under a rock. But he's the one that was nominated for a Golden Globe Award for the Best Actor in his performance in the late, great The Joker movie, which was phenomenal. And on stand at the podium, in front of in the entire world, in front of millions of people, he actually addressed about... This was right before the COVID-19 had struck. Literally a week or two right before, and it couldn't have come at a more perfect timing, because he personally addressed of the crisis of the slaughterhouses and so hard not to punch a wall right now, but and this kind of shit gets my blood pressure really going. I mean, really seriously going. And surprisingly, believe it or not, the replacement of meat for the vegetable burgers and the vegetable meat is actually so much more better and a lot more prominent and healthy for your body compared to the regular meat that they have. And I support that so much more than anything else, honestly. And so Joaquin Phoenix was one of, here we go, I'll just show it to you. Joaquin Phoenix was one of the celebrities who actually come forth and spoken up on a defense and on behalf of animals. But also, I couldn't believe this when I seen this, but I recognized him right off the bat. One of my favorite musicians, Iggy Pop. So you got Iggy Pop, Hilary Swank, Joaquin Phoenix, Glenn Close, Eddie Falco, and Olivia Wilde. That's awesome. So you go to their website, or you can just, like I said, type it into Google. ALDF.org. They're based out of California. ALDF.org. I'll include the link in the description below. But at the same time, for the topic of this video, I just wanted to speak on behalf of all the animals that are suffering, that are being abandoned. And out here in Walker County in Jasper, Alabama. Now there's a high abundance and population of dogs, apparently, versus human beings. They outnumber us, and that's absolutely ridiculous. See, my dog Fig over here, I had adopted her off the streets, and she was nothing more than a mere stray at the time, 3 years ago. And the one thing that you want to do is definitely adopt, and do not breed animals. And if you should breed, you should have at least like 1 litter, and that's it. I stopped at 2 with Fig, but ultimately, there's one particular group out of Walker County that services all the animals that are abandoned, mistreated, abused, neglected, what have you. Their name is Ruff Rescuers. They are absolutely incredible. They have provided an incredible service of all the animals around the Walker County area, and they are only able to do as much as possible, the best of their ability every single day. I said, if you're one of those people, do not do it. It's absolutely not worth it. And because animal cruelty is now considered, thank you to President Trump, is now considered a felony. So yeah, it's not worth it. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time, right? There's not enough people, a lot like myself, who are activists, who are vocal and outspoken to correct the wrongs of society, to even bring or raise awareness, or even have a thought of consideration to think about these things. And it's as if people are so worried about what's on your head, and so worried about what you put on the layers of articles of clothing on your body, or what you believe in, whether if you believe in a divine being, creator, or otherwise or not. And it's time to remove the facade of illusions and of not diversity. What's the word I'm trying to look for right now? It's way too early in the morning. Divisions. Instead of focusing upon equality and to cultivate our minds together to become one and the same. And honestly, instead of focusing upon our unity and equality and how we could cultivate the world together, to change the world together, it's like I said in my previous video, so many people spend so much of their every waking moment in their time of devoting themselves to beefing with somebody else, to judge someone else without knowing them. And honestly, I've had too many people that I know that, I'm not going to get into it. I squashed it, I put an end to it. But that's all I wanted to say was, there's so many people that focus on their drama and beef with somebody else. And honestly, I always ask those kind of people, what's their contribution? What have they done? What have they done to become a champion of society of change? And change begins within yourself, first and foremost. But it takes one day at a time to truly change a world, to share knowledge with the world. And there's so many people in the world who are completely lazy, apathetic, who don't know anything, refuse to understand about anything, and they think of the world as this happy-go-lucky, rainbow, perfect picture of a place of the world, and it's truly not. And if you're one of those parents who shelter your children about the realities of the world, one of these days, sooner or later, they're going to inevitably and ultimately find out, and it's not good for them. You should be ashamed of yourself. You're not a parent of any kind. You know, you've got to teach your children about the blackness of the world, the reality of the world, that there are dangerous people out there in the world. You know, the world of human beings collectively are gathered among the species of ourselves as something evil, you know. And I don't want to sound extreme or whatever, but that's the ultimate truth, you know. Because in this insane world, to little to none, you cannot trust people. And little to none, you cannot put your faith into people. And thank God for me. And I thank the Lord Jesus Christ that obviously... Oh, here's a fun fact for you. More likely, Jesus Christ was an extraterrestrial, like a starseed, like one of us. But anyway, so... I guess I rattled the cage enough for today. But I just wanted to say that teach your children about the darkness of the world, and let's learn to how to grow as each generation to become something better than ourselves, and to become better every day of our lives, and not digress but progress, you know. And that's, I guess that's a lot of the things that people have a particular issue with me, is because I speak the valid truth and I don't speak lies. Like, I don't get up in front of the camera to speak lies to people. This is the illustration of reality, the depiction of reality that I try to instill in the minds of people. Alright, anyway, so my name is Cody Gremlin. Thank you all so much for watching. Please subscribe, like, share, comment. And, well, like I said, let's hit it and get it. We're in it to win it, right? Let's get out there and manifest to be a contribution of change in the world.